Welcome to Egyptian Eats, where we teach you how to make quick, easy, and delectable Egyptian foods and desserts. Here's your host, Yasmin Khalifa.
Hi, welcome to Egyptian Eats. I'm Yasmin Khalifa. Today we'll be making kunefa, a classic Egyptian dessert made out of shredded phyllo dough and a cinnamon walnut mixture. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into making the dough because it kind of takes a long time. And I'll explain the other components of the recipe while I am doing that. So at the very end, you'll be pouring a syrup onto the kunefa once it's like out of the oven while it's still hot. For that, you're going to need 2 cups of sugar and 1.5 cups of water. And you just have to boil it together and add like a little bit of lime and wait till it gets thick. So for this, all you have to do, this is just half of a box of the phyllo dough. That's all you really need for like a small little pan. So you just kind of cut it into small pieces into a mixing bowl. And it doesn't have to be any like specific size, you just have to cut it. And for the cinnamon walnut mixture, all you have to do is get about 1 cup of walnuts and put them in a mixer or blender and mix until they're like small pieces, but like not too small. And then add like about 1 tablespoon of cinnamon to it once you're done mixing. And that will be the filling. So yeah, that's pretty much, there's just 3 components: the dough, the filling, and the syrup. And the dough can either be frozen when you cut it or not. It doesn't really matter. And if you want, whenever it's like frozen, you can get like a little hammer thing, like for like a meat thing, and like hit it to break it up. It's honestly up to you. In Egypt, they do the cinnamon walnut mixture as well as like a cheese one. So you could put like a cheese filling instead if you want like a savory type of like pastry. Also, you could do like a sweet cream filling instead if you're not really like a nuts type person. So yeah, you can do all kinds of things with it. So yeah, I'm just cutting this. It's a little difficult. Make sure your kitchen scissors are sharp. It'll make it easier. So yeah. Also, make sure at the very end when you pour the syrup that the syrup has cooled all the way, but the kunefa itself has to be hot so that it could soak it up. And you'll also need, for the filling, you need about a stick of butter. You'll use most of it in the filling, but the rest will be like put in the pan. So yes, it'll be about 1 tablespoon in the pan. Yeah, this takes a while. Also make sure you have a hand towel because this does get kind of messy. So have that ready. And there's honestly not much to it. It's a pretty simple dessert. Most of the work is in the cutting of the dough. So yeah. There's a lot of ways to make it, honestly. If you want to get crazy with it, you can put like Nutella in the dough. There's a lot to do. I remember going to Egypt and eating it while it was like right off the coals. There they make it on coals sometimes. So yeah, it's pretty good. All right, soon we will be going to break. Thank you.
God, it's so cold.
I know, I can't even feel my toes anymore.
Me too, my feet are freezing. I can't take it anymore. Hey guys, have you tried Toasty Toes? They'll cure your woes.
No.
What are Toasty Toes? Toasty Toes are socks that instantaneously warm up your feet whenever they sense cold temperatures.
Wow, they really work. Thanks, Toasty Toes.
All like cut up and fine, you'll take your butter and pour it in, but make sure to leave a little bit left for the pan, to pour in the bottom of the pan. Not much though, just a little bit. And then this is where you kind of get like down and dirty. You just have to get in there and mix it all around and coat all of the dough with the butter. Make sure to get it all in that there's not any like clumps or anything, or that like any parts are dry. It's pretty important. Yeah, just have to mix it. And once it's mixed, you're gonna have to separate it into two different, just like two chunks, because one will go on the bottom and one will go on top. So then you take a little bit of butter and pour it in the pan. And you just kind of like, you have to do it with your hands. And then you take half your dough. Let me get closer. Take half your dough and you put it on the bottom. And you just have to like flatten it out. And make sure you get it all covered so that none of it burns. And once you have it all coated, at that point you can take your whatever filling that you make and you put it right on top. You just like sprinkle it on. And then you also need to pat it down and get it all even. Again, make sure that you like get all the bottom of the pan covered so that nothing burns. And don't get the nuts like too close to the edge, because they'll get like too crispy if you do that. So then you pat it down, and then you need to take the rest of your dough and put it right on top. And also flatten it down. It's a lot of flattening. And then once you have it all flattened out and done, you'll put it in the oven, bake it at 350 degrees for about 30 minutes. It depends on like how big it is also. So you just have to watch out till it's golden brown. Yeah. So that's it pretty much. You can like add the rest of the butter on top to make it like super crispy. All right. So then you'll put it in the oven. So we're gonna put it in there. And this is what the finished product will look like. So make sure as soon as you get it out of the oven that you pour the syrup on top, about 2 ladles until it's like completely soaked. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. You can visit our website, EgyptianEats.com, for more recipes. We have all kinds of things. So yeah, that's how to make kunefa. Thank y'all so much. Again, my name is Yasmin Khalifa, and this has been a great show. Have a good evening.